Anyway, I just realized my audio was on mute, so you guys heard me about just completely muted for the last 2 minutes. So we'll just start again. Welcome to Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. Good to see you guys. If I could just ask you to hit that thumbs up button, that's hugely appreciated. It really helps out a lot. And then also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. Feel free to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. Join this eccentric, growing little community on this corner of our web. We'd love to have you here on our ascendance to the moon, to Mars, and beyond, folks. Those of you who are lip readers, you could probably maybe fill in everyone else on what they missed during the first 2 minutes of the programming. Everyone else, good to go, good to go. Kama DeLuffy says, Steven Steele, you're fired. TJ Braymiller says, audio check. I'm on it, guys. I'm on it. What do we got in here tonight? We've got Alan Schneider, Bang Stun 7-1, Blood Dorina, Hump Deezy, Ro Jogan 7-1, Mikey, Zombie Doge Army, RW, Jimmy D, Justin Howard, Ramon. We got Truckin' All Day, and the list goes on. Good to see you guys. We got a great show lined up, mapped out for you tonight. Obviously, some big things going on in the market. We're going to cover those obvious things and a whole lot more. And we're just going to have a good time. So settle in, put your feet up, pour yourself a glass of wine or a cocktail or herbal tea or fresh juice or something in between. Whatever your pleasure is. Let's just get down to it, Boppers. Quad Galaxy, what's up? Obviously, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this broadcast, feel free to ask me whatever questions or comments that you'd like. I'll field those to the best of my ability, and those are hugely appreciated for the time and efforts put in. Without any further ado, we're just gonna hop onto it. This is kind of dovetailing off of yesterday's story, but mainstream media is still really caught up with this story, and that's good news for us, and that is the beginning of AMC accepting Dogecoin for digital gift card purchases, things like this. So AMC previously announced it would accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash for online concession movie tickets purchases by the end of 2021. Now it's added Dogecoin, putting it front and center. The CEO of AMC tweeting out, huge news, Dogecoin fans, as we work to accept online crypto payments. Now you can buy AMC Theaters digital gift cards up to $200 per day with Dogecoin, other cryptocurrency using BitPay wallet, Aaron tweeted on Wednesday. Accepted on our website, mobile app, and in theaters. Except he spoke a bit too soon, and I offered some kind suggestion on this, and that is currently you cannot purchase any AMC gift cards directly through their website. You have to go through the BitPay link and then add BitPay onto your browser extension in order to do it there. I know that there's definitely a certain amount of people that will go through that, but there's a lot of people that won't. Those are just extra steps. So if AMC really wants to reap the rewards of that, those additions of that, the full rewards of adding Dogecoin to its lineup, they're going to want to integrate those BitPay links in with the homepage on the checking out there. So this is something I think I'm gonna tweet out to him a couple more times, see if we can get his attention on it, because I think it would really help things. Golden Greaser celebrating membership for 4 months. Thank you, Golden. Appreciate it. Nostalgic J, putting a little pep in my step, starting things off right out of sight with a generous $20 super chat. Just says Dogecoin, 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 Doge. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Nostalgic J. Feeling okay. All right. Good to see you in the mix, my man. So, what's going on with Dogecoin? What is going on with Dogecoin? People are looking at Shib. Looking at Shib like this. Oh, why do they get to make all that money, and why are we running in place? Why is this happening? Guys, relax. Relax. Dogecoin is something that's building a solid, stable, long-term, fundamentally currency-changing empire that's here to stay, and that's going to change the world. Shib, with all due respect, I think it's going to be around for a bit, but I don't think it's going to have nearly the magnitude or effect on the world, or a huge swath of investors like Dogecoin is going to be. Golden Greaser coming in with a $5 super chat with the Kung Fu fighting Shiba Inu. What's my favorite one, I think. Oh yeah. Everybody is Dogecoin fighting. What is going on with Shib? Okay, so you got it, Alan. I'll put you front and center. On that. What can we say? Shib is looking incredibly bullish right now, and it's just doing it to it. And excuse me just a moment, guys. I got like a super. Just bear with me, just a moment. I'll explain this to you very shortly. I just have to multitask here. I'm bidding on an NFT that I've had my eye on for a while, and this auction is closing in, and I just wanted to make sure I set my schedule to it to make sure to bid on it, and it just happens the bidding happens to be up in like just a couple minutes here while I'm on the air, so we're just gonna take care of bidding on this thing. It's just a piece I just genuinely personally like, so okay, I think we're set there. So let's see here. Getting back to the chat. You can take it. Yep. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. We are zooming around. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me a moment. Things are kind of chaotic here. I got like a few different directions pulling my attention, and I'm like, it's really annoying. Okay. So, back to the chat. My undivided attention is back with you guys. Thank you for your patience. So, the long-term projections and potential of Dogecoin, you just have to be patient. We just have to be patient. I know it's hard to watch the ascendance of these other altcoins. Those of us who are very bullish on Dogecoin have to kind of sit by and watch this stuff go on. It kind of reminds me of when SafeMoon was having a big heyday too. Well, with all due respect and nothing against SafeMoon or its holders, if there's any strong holders here, look where SafeMoon is now. Okay, so slow, steady growth. What I perceive as what's happening to Shib right now. Remember, I talk a lot about the laws of gravity applying directly to the market, specifically the crypto market. So you don't necessarily want these big parabolic rises all the time because, market history shows us that has a pretty sturdy track record of falling just as hard, if not harder, as its initial ascension. Where Dogecoin has more been of like a steady incline. Let me look at your screen right now. Let me do this analogy again for you guys, because this is the kind of growth you want. I'm going to use a physical example with my hand to show you what you want. And this is how crypto markets operate. Crypto charting operates. It's like a roller coaster ride that starts down here. If it's a good crypto investment. It's like a roller coaster ride that obviously starts at the beginning and ends up doing this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look where it's going. It ends up at this top corner here, right? Starts at the bottom corner, ends up at the top corner. That's a healthy, great investment of a crypto project. Now, what's a bad investment long term? I'm not saying you can't make money short term on a lot of different coins, specifically Shib. I know people have made great money off it, and I'm not hating on those people at all. But usually projects like that, they go like this, guys. They go, whoa, whoa, then they go, and then they go, ew. And then if they're lucky, they'll come back up about here again and just kind of flatline for all of infinity. Okay, so that's what you don't want. That's more than likely what's probably going on with Shib, whereas Dogecoin has much less of a probability of something like that going on, something like that happening. Okay, you guys? Now, I have found it rather amusing to find out how many Dogecoin investors, Dogecoin holders, have been making decent money on Shib and then reallocating their gains back into Dogecoin. I found that to be pretty funny. There's way more of those people than I thought, but they've all been talking to me on social media, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of you guys doing that. Yeah, more power to you. You know, I'm not here to judge what to do with your investments. I never really got on Shib earlier because just kind of the nature of the project and billing itself the Dogecoin killer just really rubbed me the wrong way. It really rubbed me the wrong way. But so it's just a personal choice there. But you know, I don't think that's a bad strategy to go about either. Is if you're, oops, sorry, my camera. I knocked my own camera off. We're just having all sorts of issues tonight. This is what happens when you got the pleb setup. And you know what, guys? I'm working on a much more professional setup. I've already ordered a new microphone. I've already ordered new headphones. I'm looking for a new desk. I'm ordering the right chair. Nick is helping me with that stuff. Someone's saying Steele is drunk. I am many things, my friend, and drunk is never one of them. I'm not a drinker. Yeah, thank you guys. So, Shib, let's look at some numbers. Let's look at some numbers right now, guys. So Shib right now is up 55% for the day. 55% for the day. 346% for the week. And almost over 400% for the month. But if we look at the overall charting for Shib, like on the if you look back on the last year of Shib, it's very parabolic. It's disturbingly parabolic. In my opinion, it's not the kind of parabolic that you want for a long-term project. I still, even with the addition of it being on all these platforms, I mean, just charting to show us the way this kind of charting usually works out is extremely volatile. So just be careful out there. While and out, real deal, Steele. I'm not a drinker either, my friend. Speaking of that chair, Steven, check out Steele case chairs, especially if you find one used or cheap. I am totally open to suggestions, and I like the name. I like the name Steele case chairs. I think it'd be very appropriate. Feel free to send me a link of any chairs that you think would be a good suggestion. Can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool, 7-1. Thank you. Slight nudge, celebrating 5 months of membership. I played a little at day trading to get more Doge. Yeah. A lot of people are doing that right now. Even if you're like picking up like $100 or $50 or $200, and then you pull out and then you reallocate all those funds to Dogecoin. Not a bad way to go. Just be careful. Let's be careful. You're playing a little bit of a dangerous game, especially if you're buying in now where it's kind of towards the top. Could this thing keep going? Could this thing keep going parabolic for another 24 hours, 48 hours? It's certainly possible. It's certainly possible for it to completely nosedive by 50 to 70% by tomorrow morning as well. So you just gotta watch it. Trucking All Day coming up with a $10 super chat prediction. When Doge goes over 40% for any day, we'll go past $1 in 3 days. Yeah, you guys, I really do think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to come when people maybe not least expect it, but not particularly when everyone is expecting it. I think all the factors that we talk about on this show often that are in the works for Dogecoin are going to come together accumulatively to form what I believe to be a groundswell of support that's going to reach a critical mass where the levees are going to just break and flourish on Dogecoin, as we've seen a couple times in the past. And right now we are building heavy, and I think it's going to be like a dam wall that's just breaking and unflourishing. I really feel like it. I really think it's going to be like that. So things that are going to cause that to happen are things like making Dogecoin as fast and cheap as possible, completely optimizing those two things, which are happening right now. Another thing that's going to make that happen is the Doge Ethereum bridge, which is going to be a complete game changer, particularly I believe in the NFT space. We need to keep focusing on getting Dogecoin more integrated with the NFT market. Listen, if people have a super viable alternative like Dogecoin, and also what the Doge Ethereum bridge is going to do, it's going to help make Ethereum much better, and so it's going to make Ethereum even faster and cheaper for transactions in the NFT space, which obviously is of great interest to anyone that's somewhat involved with NFTs. If you've ever purchased one, you got to constantly watch those gas fees, which can get out of control. Sliding Edge coming in with a $5 super chat correction. I play a little day trading on other stocks and use gains to buy more Doge. Got it. Okay. So not specifically Shib, just day trading in general. I used to do a bit of day trading back in the day, back when you used to have to do it on your computer before there were smartphone apps. Okay, so Low Roller says Shiba Inu profit to buy Dogecoin next. Yeah, a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are doing that. In fact, I just talked to one of my friends last night who's a big Dogecoin holder. He put 500 in on Shib last night, and he's made, I think, $200 since then, and then he's going to pull out. He's going to watch it very closely and then pull out and just throw it all back into Dogecoin, some, a few $100 extra to go into Dogecoin. Shib is charging with no catalyst, we know, whereas Doge is growing organically with pendant catalysts, which will create a stronger foundation. I think that's an excellent point. RH. Esteban says, I'm your biggest fan, Steven Steele. Well, welcome back, Esteban. Haven't seen you, I'd say in probably about a week, but welcome back in the mix. Always good to see folks kind of coming back into the fold, ebbing and flowing. Alan Schneider come with a $2 make you holler. If it keeps on raining, levee's gonna break. When the levee breaks, ladies and gentlemen, when the levee breaks. That's actually my favorite, I believe it's my favorite Led Zeppelin song. Not the one people usually pick, right? Not the one people usually pick. If it keeps on raining, levee's gonna break. Yes. I'm really frustrated because this particular NFT I really wanted, that was supposed to close around the air. There's supposed to be like a cap on it for like bids, and then they, at the last minute, the developer or the team or whatever, they took off the cap, so now it's like, I don't know, I think that's kind of messed up to do that. So now I've obviously been outbid and whatever. So let me see. Maybe I'll put in one more bid on it. One of my favorites too. Yeah, my favorite part. I'm not like the world's biggest Led Zeppelin fan, but I mean I do love Zeppelin, but I'm not like the biggest Zeppelin fan. There's way bigger Led Zeppelin fans out there. I'm more of like a Ramones kind of guy. Dirty 70s, late 70s, early 80s punk. But I like those big sounding drums. The drum production in Led Zeppelin is something that really, I think, plays a big role in the epicness of its sound, of Led Zeppelin's sound. Frankie says when Shiba gets rugged, it will be glorious. Do you guys think? I don't know if Shiba's going to get rugged at this stage. It kind of did before, somewhat, when Vitalik Buterin kind of pulled the rug out from under him, so to speak, when they kept storing a bunch of Shib on his wallet without his permission and calling it a coin burn. What was that? I'm like, that's not a coin burn. You're just depositing a chunk of your inventory to Vitalik Buterin's wallet and bragging that it's Vitalik Buterin's wallet, even though he has no direct connection with the project. I feel like they just kind of use that as a way to give more perceived credibility to their project. That's another thing that really rubbed me the wrong way about it. And then one day, Vitalik Buterin like just woke up and was like, "Yeah, what is going on here with all this stuff? I'm gonna take most of it out. I'm gonna donate a big chunk of it to charity." It's like, there's just some things about how that project's really gone about marketing itself and its strategies that have just not rubbed me the best way, guys. Not rubbed me the best way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So. Let's see here. So, where are things going from here? Is Dogecoin going to keep rising? Is Dogecoin going to keep ascending? Is Dogecoin going to keep, or is it going to level off? Is Shib going to keep just rising parabolically? I will tell you one thing. If Shib keeps rising parabolically, get ready for a pretty epic retracement. I mean, a retracement to at least the degree of 50%. And I think it will probably happen in pretty short order if things keep going parabolically like this. Even as it stands where things stand now, I can see this happening pretty quickly. Sliding Edge coming in with a $2 make you holler. What do we got here? We've got Alan Schneider and Steven Steele's favorite EODM song. What is EODM acronym for? End of... What's the acronym, guys? Chris W. coming in with $20. Generous $20 super chat. Thank you, Chris W. Appreciate you. Went to purchase 10 Doge X. Looking for the matte Doge. The fees were $711. Does that sound right? Anytime I bought more, the fees were more. Go Doge and Doge X Steele. That actually, Chris, that does not sound right to me. Are you saying gas fees were over $700? That does not sound right to me. Because if you bought them all at the same time, the Doge X's in bulk, you should have paid one gas fee. It sounds like you bought them all separately, but if you bought them all together and minted all 10 at once, you should pay just one gas fee for them all. And no way would that been anywhere near $700. No way. I mean, if you did that, if you minted them all at the same time when Ethereum gas fees were even on the higher end, I would say it'd be like $150. And that'd be on the high end. Like really high end. So, I think you made a great investment with Doge X. I think Doge X is poised to be really long-term, really good long-term hold, building a really exciting community with a lot of community perks and unique accesses that I think are going to add lots of value to this project, especially next time Doge goes parabolic. I think Dogecoin has positioned itself for a pretty significant raise in market value. So I would love to help you out, Chris, with trying to figure out what happened there, because it shouldn't have been that much. So you can feel free to DM me on Twitter if you want about it. Just Mr. Steven Steele. I'll do my best to try to figure out what happened there. But if you minted them all separately, then I could see it being $700. If you minted them all separately, then I could see it. Yeah, a lot of people miss Upshot. Despite how he handled things at the end there. And I get it. I got along fantastically with him. I didn't really know him at all outside of his YouTube personality. but we got along fantastically on the air, and I'd often have him guest on my show, and he'd often have me a guest on his show, and we had great streams together. He just seemed like a really good-natured, really level-headed guy, and we got along really well. That's why it really hurt my feelings when things happened the way it did. It really, I didn't sleep for like 36 hours or something. It really messed with my head, like that happened, you know? So I just, you know, I think it messed with a lot of people. SafeMoon thoughts. I think SafeMoon at this juncture is a dead end, if you're asking my honest opinion for it. But I used to kind of gun on SafeMoon a little bit more months ago, but I've since refrained. It's just not a battle I care to fight or care to pick. And I know, and I'm friends with some people who are really bullish on the project, and I realized that some of them were taking my criticisms of their project personally, and I don't want to be a thorn in those people's sides, you know. So I don't think it's a good long-term investment, and I certainly don't think it's a good investment now. I think it's a stagnant project. I really don't see it going anywhere for big returns on investment. Now, the people that got in really early, they're fine. They're doing well. They did well. Probably a lot of them cashed out. But other than that, I don't see it. Hey, Marcus Lucky from Germany. Welcome, my German friend. Great to see you. Crypto Gangster says, Doge is going POS. Proof of stake. Yeah, it looks... Now, we don't know that for sure, but it's certainly possible. I know it's something that they're looking at very seriously. Now, I just can't confirm that for sure. What I have been able to confirm with complete certainty through one of the main Dogecoin devs, Michi Lumen, she actually came on the show in the chat, and Michi said, while we were talking about it, she came in the chat and said, just so you know, it is possible from a programming standpoint to accomplish that. Because at the time, nobody even knew if it was possible from a developing standpoint, from a developer standpoint, and she came in to clear that up and said, it's possible. We're exploring this, but that's all we can say at this time. So that's what we do know. Crypto Tank Girl, thank you for the clarification. No worries there. You know what chaps me? eToro is showcasing Doge next to Shiba. They're side by side. Using it to push Shib. Now it's ETH supported without mentioning Doge. Yeah, it's a very curious... you can start to really go down a rabbit hole here with the Shib thing, because Coinbase rolled out Dogecoin very haphazardly and almost with willful intent that way. Now, Coinbase could have platformed Dogecoin a long time ago, years ago, and chose not to. I had confirmed through two developers, both Ross Nickel and Nicholas Papadosio, who have both been on this program. And they both seem to feel that the main reason, or what I could confirm through both of them, that the reason why Coinbase didn't platform Dogecoin sooner had nothing to do with developmental issues. It had nothing to do with development. And they both seem to think that it had a lot to do with an inherent anti-Doge bias due to a chunk of their investors being, Bitcoin maximalists or Bitcoin maxi leanings, including they themselves. Now, you could get kind of conspiratorial here if you're willing to accept that premise, which has been confirmed by two Dogecoin developers. Then it's not that far of a stretch to think that perhaps Coinbase, perhaps Binance, Okay, now Binance BNB usually sits pretty sturdy at number 3-ish on the market cap on the charts. And so there was a point where Dogecoin was occupying or coming close to occupying and bumping BNB off down the charts. Is right around that time where the CEO of Binance introduced Shib, when I could think of, respectfully, I could think of a lot of other projects that I think at that time, even more so, were much better positioned to be added to Binance. Now, secondly, Coinbase, the way they rolled out Doge was a mixed bag. It seemed like they had been promoting it really well, but then when they finally launched Doge, it was only with literally a 15-minute heads up on Twitter. Now, you don't have to be a marketing major to know that's a real sloppy rollout. If you're giving a 15 minutes heads up that a new coin is platforming on your platform, that's your big execution? Come on. Now, Coinbase hasn't done this previously. They usually have given a more specific date in the future and time in the future, which builds up more excitement, which generates more momentum around that date, which usually has a more significant impact on its market value price. But they didn't do that with Doge. And then, of course, shortly thereafter, then they platformed Shib, and they didn't roll out Shib the same way. They roll out Shib more gracefully than Doge. It just makes you think. I'm not saying, I don't have any conclusive evidence to show that there's collusion with or willful intent from the CEO of Binance and the CEO of the Coinbase team to leverage, a project like Shib to pull momentum away from it. I don't have that proof. But in lieu of all events that we look at in its totality, I can't help but at least entertain it as a probable possibility. Let's see. Let me take a look back into what's going on here. Boof, Board 8 Yap Club, welcome back. Nick Balls is in the chat. Just got our buddy Miles G on cranking. Nice. I might migrate to cranking. I have to look into that. I do like how fast and easy that Voyager is, though. I do. Like, you want to deposit more money in your Voyager account, it happens like so lightning quick. Like, you can make transactions so lightning quick on there, and to me, that's big. To me, that's a big part of it. So many times I'll miss the advantageous windows if the platform's not very user-friendly, and there's a lot of delays and holdups. You know, the worst platform for delays and holdups, and is the least user-friendly in my opinion, is Binance. I hate Binance. I cannot stand Binance. Binance, there's always some holdup. There's always, there's a delay in what you can do with your funds, check back and contact customer support, and now there's this, and every time you just want to like take some money out and put it into your bank off of the app, off the platform, good luck. Good luck. It's like 20 frickin' steps. I hate Binance. Frankie says there is massive collusion. Yeah, I mean, I can't say it with like unequivocal certainty, but I'm just pointing out observations, okay? I'm pointing out observations. Bang Stun raises a good point. Says Shiba Inu is only popular because it's Doge. You think it would be where it's at if its name was Poodle, Border Collie, or Labrador. Actually, there is a poodle. There is a poodle community and a poodle crypto. It's been pretty dead in the water. It's been pretty dead in the water. So we do have proof on that. But to answer your question, Bankston, no, and I think your point is a very, very apt one, very fair one. And it's it's kind of like a lazy way of making a name for yourself, but then again, it's worked for him. It's the way the world is. Hey, Steven, just joined in. Did you cover the Upcoin Whales Dump 2.0? Just happened an hour ago. My goodness. Again, no, I didn't. I didn't hear anything about this. I know that I had been casually observing the project. If this is true now, I need to be responsible and look into this myself before I... let's see if we can find an Upcoin chart and see what's going on with it. Upcoin chart. It's probably on PooCoin or something. Let's see, guys. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Let's check it out, guys. All right, let's pull up the Upcoin chart, see what she's done here. Ooh. Yeah, it looks pretty nasty. You know, guys, I'm very reluctant and trepidatious to call something a rug on a BSC scene without knowing more details about it. I wouldn't say this is necessarily a rug. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely took quite a nosedive today, but there's still like a pretty good amount of room for it to drop. Don't get me wrong, it's had a really bad day, but another thing to understand is when you have smaller projects like this, particularly BSCs, they're extremely volatile. That's what makes them so risky. So all it would take for a small project like this is one guy to make about 50 grand and decide to make his money and pull out for the thing to really, really get clobbered. You know, that's how volatile these projects are, and that's what makes them so risky. From my understanding, and I'm just covering this, I'm not endorsing or condemning this project. I'm just trying to report it to you. From my understanding, it's a more community-ran project now, with that dev Zook kind of at the helm, and that's what I was told. It's a community-ran project now, so I don't know any more details about it than that. That's my take on it, just at a quick glance. Who needs a FIMDOM when we have Upshot and his son? Oh, savage. I wonder what Upshot is doing these days. Probably just living his life. I mean, it appears that he's a family man. No one really knows a lot about the guy. Well, initially, Upshot was trying to charge people for the rights to the project. He was still trying to work out a monetary deal on after all that happened, which I was like, kind of an eye roller, in my opinion. But from my understanding anyway, he did end up giving the project over to Zook and one other guy to kind of take it from there, so to speak. That's what I was told anyway. That's what I was told anyway. That was my understanding of it. So, why is Miami Coin making news lately? Because it's government sanctioned. Because it's kind of a centralized, decentralized project, which the elites love, which the mainstream media loves. They love a concept like that. Also because it's been pretty successful in garnishing about $10 million for the city of Miami. So it's essentially a tax. If you're investing in Miami Coin, when you look at the tokenomics and the way it's structured, it's just essentially a tax. I mean, the idea that you're gonna I got to look into the details of Miami Coin, but there's no way you're going to be making good money on Miami Coin. It's set up for you to basically just get taxed and for that money to go to the city of Miami, which, hey, if you want to sign up to do that, maybe they'll give you a Miami Coin t-shirt. Neat. It'd probably be a real expensive t-shirt, though. All right, see what else you guys are talking about in here. Yeah, just this is a good reminder, though. Anytime you're going to get into investing in a BSC project, particularly with a small market cap, just be careful. I mean, you can make good money on them. You can make a little extra money on them, but you can also completely lose your butt in really short order, because a lot of people do not know how to differentiate between a rug pull and just high volatility. They're not synonymous. So there's people out there that'll be on the internet. They're just like, oh, that's a rug pull. This is a rug pull. That's a rug pull. Everything's a rug pull. When they talk about like token projects, but they don't really know what they're talking about. They don't really know what they're talking about. Now, rug pulls definitely happen. Don't get me wrong. They definitely happen. It's definitely a problem. But a lot of times, what people refer to as rug pulls are just high volatility, low market caps, situations where a couple big whales, 1 or 2, 3 big whales, or what are considered big whales in a project of that scale, all just pull out their profits and make their money, which is perfectly legal to do. So as I said, it could be, now I had to research further, it could be like what happened with the Upcoin project today. Could have been like one big whale took its profits, probably something around 50K, and that would be enough to really slash that thing down considerably. You know, I try my best to give you guys the actual truth of things. I try my best to give you guys, the best of my ability, an unbiased take on things. You'll hear different hot takes from, random people on Twitter and whatever, and it'll be pretty over the top in one way or the other. But I don't think that's helpful. I think it's more helpful that to get more investors to just actually understand these things rather than get worked up about different situations and calling things that they're not, and just understanding the nuance of these matters. And there goes the camera again as I knock my computer. You know what's funny about this Logitech Brio? That's the kind of camera I have. It's a 4K. It's very high resolution, which I quite like. But excuse me here, guys. But it didn't come with it didn't really come with a clasp that like firmly goes onto your monitor. It came with like a thing that just kind of balances. So you just kind of have to balance it on your monitor. Like, it's the Logitech Brio 2. Like, what kind of design is that? Why wouldn't you just give you like a clip? Just on the bottom of it, let you freaking clip and fasten it onto your monitor. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't know what that design is about. What's up, Swagmaster? Last thing is, these BSC snipers can just keep doing it over and over. Nothing can stop it. Yeah, they can. And they do. I mean, there's people that get rich just being BSC snipers. And that's all they do all day long is comb the BSC scene, looking for those opportunities. You got to be careful. There's people that's all they do. That's what they do for a living. BSC snipers. I'm streaming on Wi-Fi. I'm that crazy Cardano guy. Can we coexist or what? Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, there's a lot of Dogecoin holders who are very bullish have become increasingly bullish on ADA. One of my co-hosts, Nick Balls, being one of them. Nick is really big into ADA. He has a considerable investment there. I'm not particularly fond of Charles Hoskinson, and I personally think his leadership style is a liability. But that aside, I do think that ADA is a pretty decent long-term investment, and it's not going anywhere. I think it'll continually do well. It's just a matter of to what degree. So those are my quick thoughts on ADA. So you're more than welcome here. Slide and Edge, $2 make you holla. Elon will stream Steele direct to your head. Thank you, Slide and Edge. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. AMP holder. I'm not an AMP holder. I know BitBoy Crypto really was pushing AMP for a while. Yes, thank you for this. Thank you for the few super chats, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always up for a super chat war. Let's see here. Okay, something I kind of want to talk about a little bit more is the importance of the Dogecoin community taking a look at the developments in the retail arena. The victories that Dogecoin has had in the retail arena. Now, most obvious things, people like reference points that come to mind are Mark Cuban and now AMC, right? Dogecoin Pilot coming in with a $5 super chat. Shib is leeching off Doge and Elon. It has no originality. They couldn't even choose a different breed of dog. It will rug worse than Upcoin and Upshot. Dogecoin Pilot, not mincing words, just slicing right through there. Thank you, Dogecoin Pilot. Appreciate it. Captain Howdy, beware of Captain Howdy coming in with $5. Make you holla. Thank you, Captain Howdy. Appreciate you. Steven Super Chats rollout. We need to upgrade Steven's setup. I'm trying. Trying to upgrade the set. I'm trying my best to upgrade the setup. We're getting there. Thank you, Captain Howdy. Thank you. As I was saying, guys, so it's important. We are in a pivotal window of opportunity here that could really set Dogecoin on a cascading domino effect trajectory to mass worldwide acceptance in a retail space. Okay? And this is how we do it. For example, with Mark Cuban and the Mavericks stuff, I don't care about the Mavericks. I don't even follow basketball. I don't really care about following basketball. It's not an interest to me. It's not of an interest to me. But what is an interest to me is Dogecoin and mass adoption of it. Now, when Mark Cuban took the leap of faith and added Dogecoin to his lineup of currencies accepted, it's a play that paid off for him. Now, when the next quarterly earnings reports come in, because Mark Cuban set up a system where Dogecoin, anyone with Dogecoin got a discount with orders of over $50 or something like that. Now, with that in mind, it's important to understand that if this next quarterly earnings report shows that Dogecoin went even more above and beyond the Call of Duty and expectations, Mark Cuban's going to talk about that, and he's going to talk about it a lot. He's already bullish on the project and excited about the project, more intrigued by it. So if those quarterly earnings reports come out and they exceed his expectations, he's going to be talking big about it. And furthermore, you know who's going to be listening? Every other owner in the NBA. Every other owner in the NBA is going to be listening. And they're going to want to jump on the Doge train ASAP. It'll domino. You watch, it'll domino. Now, this is where we come in. I currently own a Mavericks hoodie and a hat. I don't like the Mavericks. I don't not like the Mavericks, but I'm just indifferent to the Mavericks. But I bought them with Doge dollars. I bought them with Dogecoin, rather. And they're hanging out. I kind of like it's like a double X, so I usually just wear it when I'm lounging around the house or to bed when it's cold. That kind of thing. So we can vote and spend our Doge dollars in a way that's targeted that could really spur, okay, a huge cascading domino effect all the way in very short order, not only throughout the NBA, but the Major Baseball, the NBL, and probably all the other professional sporting companies. Captain Howdy coming in with a $1.50 hot dog. Hot dog. Thank you, man. LD in New York, $5 super chat. Thank you, LD. Appreciate you. Extremely important question. How is it that the crypto chicks on Twitter are all hotties? I will tell you. This is an important question that you ask, sir. Because about 60% of them, roughly, aren't real. 60% of the attractive-looking women with crypto-related profiles on Twitter are not real. They're catfish, my friend. They're catfish. The other 40%, roughly 40%, are not. And that's legit. That's legit. But from what I've seen, it's about a 60-40 split. The crypto catfish is a super common thing. There's a lot of them in Dogecoin too. I see certain profiles in the Dogecoin scene just get sweated so hard every time a provocative picture gets posted. I'm like, you realize that's like likely a 60-year-old Korean man. Like a 60-year-old gay dude is like posting these pictures probably, okay? So do your due diligence. Now, how can you figure it out? Well, I'll tell you. You screenshot the picture, then you crop it. You get a good crop of that picture, and then you run it through the image finder. That's catfishing detective work 101. You run it through the image finder, then you see what pops up. And many times, what pops up on those pictures are, you realize it's already some like famous like Twitch streamer chick or some famous model. Something like that. Just got home, Steven Steele. Did you get in on the Shiba train? Did I get on the Shiba train? Yes, on a very minor level. Late this morning, like 5 in the morning, I put in $200. That's it. My plan with it is to short it within the next 48 hours, maybe less if it starts dropping, and to put it all back into Dogecoin. So just a little shorty. I waited out until this long, and that's it. That's it. I don't feel like I'm comfortable doing any more than that. I don't like the project. But if I can short the project to get more Dogecoin with it and leverage it that way, just for a few more Dogecoin, I'm cool with it. Doge Pilot coming in 2 months. Thank you for your 2 months of membership to the stream. I'm bullish on Elon hating on Shib and crashing it. So that could happen too. You raise a good point here, because another person who really doesn't like the Shib project is Billy Marcus. Because for whatever reason, the Shib community has really been pretty nasty to Billy Marcus and given him a hard time on social media. They've been a-holes. There's a lot of a-holes in that scene. Whatever reason. And Billy Marcus responded to one of these aggressive Shib people that were dissing him and dissing Dogecoin, and he Billy said something to the effect of like, wow, I can't imagine why. Geez, hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on to the night. Hold on to the memories. That was a song I used to sing about a well-endowed girlfriend I once had. But just hold on, guys. Just focus in on my voice. I'm stabilizing the camera. I cannot wait till I got a legit setup. I can't wait. Hey, we are back. We are back. Okay. So, where was I? So, what's interesting, Billy Marcus had a retort to this person from the Shib community. I was giving him a hard time. I was like, gee, I can't understand why more prominent people wouldn't want to get involved with a community so friendly or something like that. And then Elon responded to Billy Marcus's response to this Shib person, and all Elon said was "ha ha." So Elon knows what's going on there. He knows what's going on, and he understands that there's all these spin-off coins trying to play off of his affinity for Dogecoin and his pet Floki. Your camera's from the Bob Newhart show. I love Bob Newhart. Message deleted. How come that super chat was deleted? What happens? What are you doing? Why did you delete that super chat, Celeste? Shib has no do only good every day of those. They rude. Yeah, overall, I'd say not everyone in that community. I've met some really nice people in the Shib community, but a lot more so than other communities. There's a lot of jerks in the Shib community. From my experience. Nick says, as soon as I get my new place, I'm going to go streaming PC. Yeah, I'm working on a whole new setup, guys. I got invested in a whole new setup. Unfit Boy was on London Real a few days ago. He's in the big leagues now. Okay, yeah, I didn't even know that. That doesn't surprise me. He's the most popular crypto-esque content creator on the planet. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Anyway, hey, if any of you guys are on Instagram, or any of you guys on Instagram, because I'm starting to be more active on there, and I don't have many followers on Instagram yet, and I'm trying to decentralize a little bit more away from Twitter. Not that I'm not going to be active on Twitter anymore, but they've been pulling some funny stuff with me, and so it's kind of a wake-up call for me to put more focus in on my other outlets. So if you are on Instagram, I would love for you to find me there and stay connected to me there, in additional to here. So I'm going to put my Instagram link in the chat. Yeah, I remember that 7-1. I remember that. Steven needs a nebula projector to light up his background. Well, I've got this nice floor lamp, this vintage floor lamp in the back there. I kind of like that. I know you do abstracted Artemis. I've seen you on the IG. I've seen you on there, man. Shib is tanking. Better check it out quick. Better check it out quick. Thanks for the update. I better pull my money out. It really is. Here it goes, guys. It's going down quicker than an eager senior girl on prom night. It's going down. So we have we've got an 11% fall within the last hour. 11%. That's significant. That's significant. 11% within the last 30 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it, and thank you for giving me heads up on it. I'm going to keep an eye on that charting because I still have my small investment in there. If it falls 4 or 5% more, I'm pulling all mine out, just letting you guys know what I'm doing. I really don't have a connection to that project at all, so I was just making a few extra bucks for some more Doge. Captain Howdy coming in with $1.50. Thank you, Salt Shaker. Remember the Yin Yang Twins? There was a song back in the day called the Salt Shaker. It's probably about 15 years old now. I always liked Salt Shaker. That song always made me laugh. Was it Shake It for $1? Shake It for $1. That's my favorite line in the Salt Shaker by the Yin Yang Twins. Shake it for $1, a 5, a 10. What would you do for a 20 twin? It doesn't quite rhyme, but it doesn't matter. The way they said it was really funny. Obviously another early 2000s exotic dancer anthem. Let's see what we got here. Healthy retracement is what Doge is doing, man. Shib is just dumping. Insurround says, yeah, it could be. What I talk about? This is what I talked about at the beginning of my show. I said a project. Now charting history shows it shows us a project like Shib, the way it ascended to begin with, isn't ideally what you want to look for with a good long-term investment. It shows very high volatility, much higher volatility than a project like Dogecoin. I made a meme and I posted it on Twitter earlier today with the tortoise and the hare. And I simply labeled the hare Shib and the tortoise Dogecoin. Slow and steady wins the race, folks. Now, if you became a Shib millionaire and you got your money out and you got in really early, good for you. I'm not hating on you. Good for you, man. But for the majority of investors, it's not going to shake out that way, in my opinion. So we'll see if it levels off here, guys. We'll see if it levels off. Maybe it'll come back up a little bit. We'll see. We'll continue to keep it monitored. I wouldn't say this is a full-on dump, but this is a 10% decrease within 30 minutes is pretty significant. Pretty significant. It's a significant retracement at the very least. It's a significant retracement. A full-on dump, I wouldn't say it's a full-on dump though. Europe should be waking up, right? Blood Dorina says, on more ways than one. But yes, they should. Not quite. It's actually probably about 5:15 a.m. over there. So it just depends how the super early risers are, but not quite yet. London time, you're about 5:15 in the morning. Steve, you see Lex and Rise, RZA. No, I haven't checked up on ours. I haven't checked up on either of those in a while, frankly. So I don't know what they're doing. Let's see, 20 off the top. Nick Ball is still in the mix. In the mix. All right. I haven't done one of these in a while. Where is everyone from? Everyone put your location in the chat right now. I haven't done a geographic roll call in like a couple months. I haven't done this in a couple months. So everyone put your location in the chat. Let's see where everyone's from. Captain Howdy, $1 make you holler, and a poo. A $1 poo. Thank you for the $1 poo, Captain Howdy. Thought you were talking about RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. It's kind of what came to my mind too whenever I see the letters AZ or RZA. Let's see, who do we got here? Maine, California, Colorado Springs, Michigan, Dallas, Florida, Colorado, Arizona, Atlanta, Green Bay, Wisconsin. All right. Florida, Washington, D.C., Central Ohio, Massachusetts, Bloomingdale, Georgia, Chicago, Sin City, that's Vegas, Napa, Dallas, Reunion Island and Indian Ocean. Cool. NYC, Indiana, the woods of Ohio. Alan Schneider's. Yeah, Alan Schneider's out there in the woods, living the life. Living the Grizzly Adams life. Hawaii, Earth, solar system. Thank you for that very specific addition. Another Wisconsinite. Have you checked the Doge Pound NFT? They're going to start giving out passive income to their OG holders. Floor is too high for me. Yeah, I did see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the floor's really high, considering the project. Disney World, Gotham, Area 51. Wow. You have to keep us posted on what's going on there. Heard a lot of things about that area. Iran, wow. Welcome from Iran. Yeah, I think good to know. It's good to know every once in a while. Every once in a while. I realized I hadn't done a geographic roll call in seriously a couple months. Dogecoin trading comfortably in the mid 2.4. Can we get back up over a quarter? Sure we can. Can we get up to 30 cents within the week? It's possible. I still wouldn't take it off the table. If you ask me what it's going to do by Friday afternoon or Friday when we go on the air, I'd probably give an estimation of about 28 cents. Between 27 and 28. Skinwalker Ranch, wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid Man. All right, this comes courtesy of the New York Post. This is an article that broke today. Janet Yellen defends IRS. Okay, get this. Sorry, I'm dealing with all these dumb pop-ups. Janet Yellen defends IRS rule requiring banks to report all transactions over $600. What? In the words of Little John, or in the word of Little John, what? What? Come on. Janet Yellen defends IRS rule requiring banks to report all transactions over $600. That's right, your Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, is defending a current administration proposal that would require all banks to report data to the IRS for any transactions over $600. Calling the collection of information routine after taking heat for the idea that is widely seen as an unprecedented invasion of privacy. An unprecedented invasion of privacy. You think? Wow. During an interview on Squawk Box on Tuesday, Yellen was pressed on whether the IRS has a has the wherewithal to collect more information about taxpayers and bank accounts, including cash flows, something many Republicans call invasive. Well, of course they do, Yellen said. Right now, on every bank account that earns more than $10 a year in interest, the banks report the interest earned into the IRS. That's part of the information base that includes W-2s and reports on dividends and other incomes and taxpayers earn. So collection information is routine. She went on to cite an enormous tax gap in the U.S. as the reason behind the proposed tax hikes, and the information of collecting and blaming gaps placed on the information and income can be hidden. Okay. So to deal with these tax gaps, you're going to start invasively micromanaging working class people for any transactions over $600. This is an unprecedented invasion of privacy. This is unconstitutional. You guys realize that, right? This is unconstitutional. I gotta take deep breaths on this one. In Surround coming with a $5 super chat. Thank you, In Surround. Appreciate you. Thank you. Any transaction over $600 involving your bank account, they want to go on record with the IRS. Think about that, folks. Think about the enormous consequences of something like this. And how are they going to keep up with that kind of workload to keep up with that kind of thing? How are they going to even have the manpower to do this? And even if they attempt to really full scale this, do you realize how many people are going to get thrown on the bus? How many people would get devastated through the taxation of this? Unbelievable. And how much of a burden is this going to be put on banks? And how could banks even... banks would have to open up each bank, you realize each bank would have to open up an entirely new sector of employees just dedicated to handling that. This is insane. And you do realize that Janet Yellen herself, she said she's made somewhere about $8 million from hedge funders and Wall Street circles right up in the couple years preceding to her ascendance. I mean, the couple years before her ascendance to her current position. One time from Citadel, I believe she got $800,000 for a 40-minute speech. Gee, I wonder why that would be. And that happened less than a year before she was appointed to her current position. Now, why would that be? I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that they expected some legislative favors in return for that $800,000 once she was appointed. And it's interesting to see a group like Citadel so confident that the election was going to turn out the way it did, that they would be willing to put out that kind of investment in advance, isn't it? I won't go any further there. And now they want to assault the working class by micromanaging every transaction over $600, every rent check, every trip to see your relatives, if you buy some new furniture, if you just want to take a weekender with your significant other. They want to make it all their business. It's just nuts. I just can't even wrap my head around the audacity of this proposal. Anyway. Celeste is hilarious tonight. Celeste, you're absolutely hilarious. Oh my goodness. So anyway, that's another fun-filled story. And check this out. This comes courtesy of Markets Business Insider. NFT trading volume explodes over 700% in the third quarter of blockchain games catch fire. NFTs registered over 10.7 billion in the third quarter. Trading volume, a 700% increase from the previous quarter, according to DApp Radar. Growth came from popular blockchain-based video games that used NFT collectibles with names like Axie Infinity and Splinterlands. Art also drove volume, with one Ethereum-based image reportedly bought by Snoop Dogg for $3.9 million in September. Wow. So Snoop Dogg bought one NFT for almost $4 million. Holy smokes. I'm sorry. Even if I was as rich as Snoop Dogg, I would not throw down $4 million for an NFT. No way. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So this is something I've been talking about recently. Something I've talked a bit more extensively about in my members streams is keep a close eye onto a sector within the BSC and ERC20 offshoots. There's an emerging sector of gaming associated projects that are showing tremendous promise and growth, and are appear to be anyway so far, lending a much needed sector of credibility within that market. We are seeing this with Axie, we're seeing this with Sandbox, we're seeing this with Metabots, projects like this. I still think Axie might be a little too late to get in on, but there's probably still a lot of room to grow there, or a fair amount. I don't know a lot, but a fair amount. But I would keep an eye on all these projects, guys. It might be worth a modest addition to your portfolio. And I'm continuing to monitor and learn more about that sector of the market as well. Stormer just finished a college paper. What's up? Anyway, guys, I've been going for a bit here. I've been going for almost 2 hours here. So that's going to do it for me. I'm going to wind this one down. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up and hanging out with me. I hope you got something out of it. Hope you had fun. Hope you maybe learned something along the way. But stay positive. Keep the Doge momentum going strong, gang. Great to see each and every one of you. I may or may not jump on for a members-only stream. I'll have to see how I'm doing. Just got to get a few things situated over here on my end. But if you're already not following me on Instagram, I'm going to plug that one more time. I'm going to be putting out a lot more video, a lot more content there. I've already started being a lot more active there. I think almost all of you already follow me on Twitter, so... but if you don't already follow me on Instagram, follow me over there. Anyway, guys, someone said short but sweet. Bang, stun. The time just flew when you're having fun. I actually been on for well over an hour and a half. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Love you guys. You guys are the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best around, and nothing's ever going to keep you down. Until next time, this is Steele signing out.